It's time now for a special Reddit with Friends. No, we're not talking Taylor Swift. We have three special guests this morning, Sarah Bucksbaum and Jason Gardner from Endless Catering. Welcome, y'all. So good to have you.
Thank you.
And of course, you know this guy, Greg Screws. He's going to be reading the story. Now, Screws, and all your silliness, he forgot. So Spencer had to run in and bring him this.
Hey, look how old school we are. We printed this today.
We did.
Real paper.
People still have printers? Who would have known?
Right?
Now, you're dressed perfect for this. You got the white on because we're talking bridal stuff.
Okay, you're going to love this one. All right, so says this is a woman's story. Says, I've never been close with my boyfriend's family. We met online, and despite living together for a few years now, I don't often see his family because they live across the country. Prior to this, I thoughts in capital letters, got along with his parents, but I've never liked his brother Jay. He seems like an unpleasant, borderline violent guy from everything I've seen and heard, and I didn't think he liked me either. Jay got married last summer. The scheduled week of his wedding coincided with a really busy period of work and school for me, plus the cost of travel in order to attend the wedding was putting me under some financial stress. Still, though, I was willing to go, not so much for the family's sake, but to keep my boyfriend company. 2 months before the wedding, we had not received the invite in the mail. I asked boyfriend, again in all caps, what was up with that, and he said Jay had invited us just over the phone as opposed to a formal invite. I asked the boyfriend if Jay had explicitly said he could bring a +1. He shrugged and said he assumed so, but would double check. See, I sense trouble here already.
Me too.
The next time he and Jay called, I was in an adjacent room and heard him ask his brother point blank if I could come along. I heard Jay groan over the phone and say, bring her, don't bring her, I don't care.
Oh, no.
Yes, I know this is petty, but that, just hang, buckle up. I know this is petty, but that pretty much removed any lingering incentive I had to go. It was already going to be a financial strain, and no one in his family had the courtesy to shoot me a text about the wedding. I told my boyfriend I would have to respectively decline and tried to be cordial. I sent Jay's fiance a text apologizing for not being able to make it and explained I couldn't make it due to work conflicts, which was mostly true. I bought an expensive gift off of the couple's Zolo wedding registry. The wedding went well. My boyfriend sent a ton of pictures on the day and seemed to have a wonderful time hanging out with his family. I was happy. The day after the wedding.
Oh no.
Oh no. Here we go.
I woke up to a ton of texts from his mother. She sent me 30+ pictures from the day, which I thought was nice at first till I realized the pictures were interspersed with passive-aggressive commentary. She would send a cute picture of the cake and say something like, text me like, the cake was yummy. Too bad you didn't want to be here to celebrate with us. I just asked for the pictures and left it at that. So we've texted 1 or 2 times. And at the end of the annual end-of-year family recap, I was absent from the caption and the pictures. My boyfriend's new sister-in-law has stopped talking to me. Obviously, to the boyfriend's family, I crossed some kind of line by not attending, and boyfriend seems oblivious. Luckily, it's not really a big deal to me since they live across the country and I didn't have much of a relationship with them before. I think it's ridiculous. Anyway, so there we are.
So hold on, passive-aggressive mother, I think we might have catered this wedding.
You probably have some experience with crazy weddings being in the catering business.
Oh my gosh. She needs a new boyfriend.
She really does.
He didn't handle it real well on the whole invite thing, the protocol there.
No, well, I feel like guys are slightly not as good at planning as women are in general, right? And I would think he should get the invite on paper ahead of time, but yeah, he didn't do a great job with that.
He did not do that.
People don't understand. You have to, we tell people this all the time, like, people assume they're coming or not coming, whether they have an invitation or not, but the right thing is to invite the people you want to invite with a formal invitation, even if it's, you know, the text message kind or something, but still, like, they need an invitation. And like, I wouldn't have gone if I were her, if I wasn't invited. How uncomfortable.
I would have loved for the boyfriend to stand up for his girlfriend a little bit more, especially when his brother is being kind of catty and mean like that. Say, come, don't come, I don't care. Of course she's not going to go.
Well, the second she hears, bring her, don't bring her, I don't care, I'm like, I wonder what's on Netflix that weekend.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I think she should do.
Bring her and her family.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Go crush the wedding and make it, because you know that wedding wasn't fun.
No. There's no way.
I can tell you right now that way.
If that's passive aggressive now, You know, you've heard that old saying, I think it's Mark Twain that said, fences make great neighbors.
Yes.
Okay, being cross-country makes great in-laws.
Exactly.
It's very true.
Man.
And I mean, they're not even married yet. You say that's going to get 10 times worse once he puts a ring on it, if he does.
Exactly.
Even across country, you're marrying the whole family.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got so lucky.
Some other comments, and just passively aggressively text back to the mom that your invite from her son said, I don't care if she comes, so you decided not to come. And the other one says, these people are awful and trashy. Be glad you live far away.
Seriously.
I like their honesty with that one.
Oh, absolutely. That was tremendous.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm on her side on this one.
Me too.
100%.
I don't see why the mom had to get involved in the first place. I mean, I'm already kind of not so happy with the boyfriend for not standing up to her, but the mom, like, just stay out of
That's
it.
the thing. Like, how about we missed you? Hope you had a great whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that is so rude.
This is like the perfect Everybody Loves Raymond episode.
It really is.
Oh, it is. You're right.
I feel like weddings in general should be. You haven't seen Everybody Loves Raymond?
No.
Oh, it's so good. They have a lot of crazy wedding stories on that
Really?
show too. Well, it's relatable. Like, this is so normal. People don't realize how normal it is. Like, weddings are supposed to be magical and about love, and like, we see so much behind the scene where this is normal. Like, this happens all the time.
I would think especially with the in-laws.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you have a lot of problems with, like, maybe overbearing moms and dads
Okay.
in that sense.
Okay, see,
We have a story.
a little bit of one. Okay, so you know, I've officiated weddings. I've done 13 weddings, and I tell people I'm 12 and 1 with weddings. There was one wedding in particular, and this woman that asked me to do the wedding, I just love her dearly. She's a fantastic person, and just the sweetest family. But I told her, I said, okay, I'll do your wedding on one condition. I said, you have to tell your mom I'm working for you.
Yeah.
I'm working for you. And so I kind of make that real clear right off the bat when I do a wedding, that I'm working for the bride.
Yeah. Otherwise, you have problems. I mean, I grew up watching Say Yes to the Dress.
Yep.
That was one of my absolute
Same.
favorites. And you see the moms come in there, and you'd think it's their wedding and their dress.
Oh.
You have to let the bride do her thing.
We've had moms put on the veil. Like, oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
We have to tell people all the time, like, this is not your wedding. A lot of parents, in-laws, you know, either way, parents on either side, they want it. I feel like a lot of parents want to, like, relive their wedding in today's age with everything, and we have to tell people, like, this isn't about you. We tell our brides, especially like at our tastings, we're like, what do you want? It's not about what grandma wants. It's about what you want, because too many opinions, you know, and then they feel like they need to respect their family,
Right.
but then it just creates problems. I mean, this is your day. They can renew their vows if they want to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. So, and again, I'm the old guy here. But the protocol, what's the word am I looking for? It hasn't changed. You're either on the invite or you're
Yes.
not, right?
1000%.
Nothing
I
has
would think
changed.
so.
1000%.
Yeah.
A lot of weddings now, they have lists, like security checking
Really?
people in, because so many people are crashing weddings, or people, perfect example, problems with family, like, and we've seen it. What was that, a few
Well,
weeks?
those are a lot of influencer weddings
Yes.
too, so people want to crash those. We've done a couple of those,
Yeah.
and they're tight security, and
Because people are.
if you're not on the list, you don't come in.
Yeah, you're out. I would imagine a lot of the anonymous Reddit posts for the Bridezilla page are from Endless Catering on there, all the stuff you've seen. I'm teasing, of
We
course.
have to keep our mouths shut.
Yeah.
But we talk about it, you know, in the van on the way home.
Yeah,
you know, and
you have that chat.
We laugh because you have to laugh. I mean, you have to.
Y'all should write a book.
Oh, I say that
Yes.
every
Oh,
weekend.
Yes.
I'm saying like full reality show. If we could film, vendors talk about this all the time, and it's not all bad, but it's so interesting what actually happens, because it's a 16, 17-hour day.
Right.
The family's only seeing those few hours, but we've had grandma wants to change flowers, or grandma wants this, or the groom's mom wants this, and we're like, no, that's not what we're here to do.
You have a lot against grandma today.
That is coming up the
I love grandmas, but it seems like that's what we're seeing I would say the most of right now. Wouldn't you agree? Because they want that very traditional thing, and weddings today are not traditional, because we like to.
That's the biggest thing, is there's a huge generational gap right now between what the parents who are paying for it usually want and what they're used to, and what the actual couples want, because a lot of things have changed, and the parents don't see that, but they're paying for it.
This is interesting. I haven't been to a lot of weddings. My friend group kind of isn't into that phase of life yet, so I'm going to be intrigued to go and see what I notice happening between the family members.
It's fun. I mean, I think it's cool that people are kind of going against the grain and doing things different and showing their personality, but it does ruffle feathers within the family because that's not how it was 30 years ago, even 10 years ago. It's changed so much. So feathers are always getting ruffled.
So after all of that, y'all want to do a little push to Endless Catering? Tell folks where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram at Endless Catering, Facebook. Our website is Endless Catering. We have a ton of really fun stuff coming up. We do a lot of culinary art, big installations. We have a busy 4th of July weekend that we're doing a lot of really cool things. So be sure to follow us on there. This is our executive chef, Jason.
Sarah, Jason, so much fun having y'all on here to give your perspective.
You.
That was interesting. And Greg, always a party to have you on the show.
I love coming up and visiting.